Okay, I don't want to be the guy who only posts about singular track performances, especially when there are incredible things going down in the field and in general around the world, full weekly coverage coming in a day or two. But after 17-year-old Gout ran 9.99 twice in his significantly weaker event, yeah sure it was wind aided, but they were far from perfect races, easing pretty heavily in one and getting one of his worst starts we've ever seen in the second. But we asked this question: how fast will his 200 meter be on Sunday? And holy smokes, I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
He gets up on Oos. He's out there a little bit wider now. Here's Aidan Murphy, but here comes Gout Gout. So let's watch the young superstar rise. He's flying. He will be Gout of this universe.
I don't want to hear it. Don't say in the comments you saw a 19.8 coming. No, you dang didn't. Only one guy can say they did, and it was Colin Colenso. This guy actually called it and had doubters on his back. Disappointingly though, again, the wind ramped up for his race only, 2.2 meters per second, 0.2 over the legal limit. It's honestly getting a bit silly. The race before was the women's 200 meter final, only minutes prior, and they had a 1.2 meter per second tailwind. It is what it is. But all conditions, this race is equal with the fastest time ever run by a 17-year-old. But I'm telling you, just watching this race and seeing the time only scratches the surface of what this performance actually symbolizes. Even if Gout stagnated today, he could still run faster, just putting together a better race. So let's break this down. First, the heats. And for those that missed it, this was an incredibly underrated race. Off the gun, he gets out unexpectedly well. Good reaction time, makes up some stagger. His start is genuinely getting better. 17 and already improving weaknesses. Some athletes don't even do that through their entire career. Then once he's gone on away, 20 meters out, he drops the intensity a little before dang near stamping on the brakes with 10 meters left into a legal 20.21 seconds. Since his race was done in the early afternoon in Australia, which is the middle of the night in America, there wasn't a lot of talk about this race, but it needed to be shown because trackflation has destroyed our perception of what fast actually means. 20.21 seconds would have qualified for the 2024 Olympic final. He's 17 and ran a time that good while conserving for the next race. That's fucked. And the final has even more to say than his heat. In the first iteration of this race, we get in the blocks, the gun goes, and Gout has a killer start. Well, to his standards anyway. We do only get to see a few steps, but there's no visible deficit. And Christopher Uys on his outside is a notably strong starter. But they're called back, Kennedy is DQ'd with a massive twitch and false start, and comically pulls up a chair. If I can't race, might as well have a good time watching. Attempt 2, and I don't know if it's just me, but Gout looks a teensy bit slower off the gun, but still good by his standards. Yet sadly, called back again, green card gets shown, but the mental drain at this point. For anyone who does track even at a casual level, you know just how much one reset can take you out of the race mentally, but now 2 resets and the last one for no good real reason. So for the third time, we get in the blocks, and Gout, who already struggles with his start, spent all of his luck on his first 2.
Yes, we're away the third time of asking.
An obvious lag out the blocks. Unlike his last 2 fair starts, he clearly loses ground this time. Still powering through the curve, running in the outside of his lane, who really knows how much of a difference that makes, to then still bound away home in 19.84 seconds.
He will be Gout of this universe!
What happens when Gout runs faster now? There's nothing bigger than the universe. With context, this race was even sillier than it already was. And yeah, 2.2 wind. But at the maximum legal wind of 2.0, this would still be a 19.85. 0 wind, it becomes a 19.99. With the conditions we saw today, it really could have been anywhere in between that. Out of the 24 races run, only 3 were illegal wins. So going based off the facts we saw today, even if he were to miraculously stagnate in his abilities, give him his perfect race, he's still got a faster time in him. And let's be real, Gout isn't going to stagnate anytime soon. To this point, I haven't put any crazy expectations on Gout, but today is really starting to make it hard for me not to get ahead of myself. I'm starting to believe that there is more than enough evidence holding onto this form at the least he can be a serious challenger at this year's World Championships. It's Area Night in 2.0, except the potential is clearly higher. And yes, I know, I don't plan on making video after video on Gout alone. After all, I like watching and covering all of track and field, but come on, it's so incredibly rare. In fact, Please, let me know if this has ever happened. A young athlete from my isolated region being the next big up-and-coming prodigy in any sport, let alone sprinting. It's a fairy tale in my own backyard.